Hello there. Lovely to see you. Sweet insomniacs, tingle lovers, and everybody else. Welcome to Maps and Stories. Ooh, we recognize that handsome devil. What's this? Oh. ASMR. That's why we're here, friends. That's why we're here. And good old Jeremizzle. So, we're going to be exploring maps and stories from the various cities I've been to. First up, Amsterdam. For those that don't know, Amsterdam is a city in Holland, and this is from around the year 2000. I think that is George W. Bush. It was from Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. The Torture Museum. We definitely went there. Pretty cool. The the Hash Marijuana Museum went there as well. Hard Rock Cafe, skipped that. But for all you kids out there, this is how we used to get around before the days of Google Maps. Or I guess some of you might use Apple Maps. We used paper maps, good old-fashioned folders. And you notice at the top, that's like the main downtown area of Amsterdam, like the red light area. But we're gonna float up. What was that? Schnurkel Canal. I don't know. This is in the way southwest. West der Barges. By the way, I don't speak Dutch. The outer canals, Westerpark, along the Westerogata. Again, I don't speak Dutch. It's a neat language, but it's like a very harsh German sound. What is that? Valkenburgstracht. Ysterdok. J Haven. And now we're up in the north, meandering our way down through to closer to the train station. I think it's still a little bit more to our east to the right. But I remember when we first came here, we definitely stayed like in the red light district at a hostel called the Last Waterhole. Yeah, let that sink in. Ooh, Amstel. I got drunk on Dutch beer for the first time in my life. It was Heineken and Amstel. We were out with a buddy we met named Paul at the cool little pub in the outskirts of Amsterdam with this neat Irish dude and this English dude who were shipbuilders, and they were best friends. And those two guys got me schmammied. Ooh, look, we're back on Schnickel and the Westergracht. But yeah, they kept insisting that they did not let us pay. It's like, no, you were guests here in our town. Ooh, who's next? Venezia 2000. Yeah, so this is the one and only time I've been to Venice, and I loved it. No, I've been there twice. Once? Twice maybe. Well, I forget. I think actually once. Amazing city. It's beautiful. And Canale di San Marco and Bacino di San Marco. So that is the piazza of San Marco there. And we're gonna fly up the Grand Canal that winds its way through the city of Venice. Campo San Polo. I loved that scene in James Bond where the whole town, the house in Venice collapses. I think that was somewhere on the Grand Canal, but don't hold me to that. Fontana Caoro. And I'm very sorry to all my Italian-speaking friends that I am completely butchering your language. I apologize sincerely and earnestly. The outskirts up here where nobody goes. Sistieri. But I remember I went on a photo shoot. This is back when I was doing a lot of black and white photography. And it was fun. I actually have undeveloped film from that photo shoot just sitting in its canisters. It's probably useless by now. Isola Cimitaro, so that's a cemetery. That'd be cool to visit. I think that's a cemetery. Again, I don't speak Italian. Giovanni Paolo. There we go, the Piazza San Marco, which is where like most of the tourists hang out, you know. But it's very beautiful. A lot of some amazing architecture. Yeah, Venice is just one of those cool cities where you can just wander around and wander into basically any restaurant or cafe and enjoy a good cappuccino. Canale de Giudecca. Guidecca? Giudecca. I don't know. I don't parlo italiano. Lo siento. I don't know. Sorry. Gallery de Accademia. The University Gallery? Something like that. Maria de Ferrari. Yeah, I don't know how far we actually wandered through Italy when we went, but we must have, we walked a lot. I know that my brother and I, we tromped all over Europe. I definitely got to the point. Campo San Polo. I got to the point where, you know, when you saw Campo Santa Margherita, when you saw like a beautiful cathedral, at some point we were just like, ooh, look, another amazing cathedral. Ooh, ah, Piazza Roma. Ooh, map folding skills. Let's see how we do. This was an art, boys and girls. Oh, that was a good job. Good job, Jeremiah. You folded the crap out of that map. Yeah, admire that handiwork. Millennium. Venezia. 12,000. I don't know how to say 2,000 in Italian. I'm sorry. Where are we gonna go next? Oh, down to money-making Manhattan, New York City. This is 2002. Oh, okay. I know why I got this map. I went back to visit a friend who was getting married. She is Russian, and it was a very Russian wedding. And I have to say, it was a trip. So the thing about going to a Russian wedding, I mean, everybody knows that as they are, of course, no stranger to vodka. And I remember going to the apartment before going to wedding, and I met up with her father, grandfather, uncle, I don't know, and he poured me. He asked me, would you like a drink? And of course, I'm like, sure, don't be rude. He goes into the freezer, pulls out a bottle, a bottle of Stolichnaya. And I'd never seen the technique of, because I was a young man, of having the vodka and not being frozen. It's very, 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 very cool. And he pours me four fingers of vodka in a glass. And it was like, welcome to New York. This is how we are going to be celebrating the wedding. I'm actually kind of surprised I remember much of it. But it was a very fun wedding. It was a very cool trip to New York. Of course, this was not long after 9/11, 2001, hence it's the World Trade Center site. And as we come up through South Manhattan, which was, up into Soho here, and Greenwich Village, and the East Village, yeah, fun places. I remember walking around in the galleries in Soho, and some of the artwork I saw there was absolutely just amazing. And the famous Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan Bridge. I actually walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, and I can confirm it's a very large bridge, but so cool, so much amazing history. And of course, Wall Street down there. Yeah, it's amazing how famous Wall Street is, and it's not that big. The financial district, it's only a few blocks. And of course, you'll notice all the avenue streets run north-south. From right to left, it goes from 1st to 12th Avenue. And the streets are east to west and heading up. So that is one thing that's nice about New York is if you know the streets, you know roughly where you are. 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, etc. All the way on up to Central Park, Penn Station South. Actually took the bus there, and we have the Fashion District and the Theater District. You'll notice on the right the Chrysler Building, which is the famous, very Art Deco, shiny, silvery building. It's gorgeous. Coming up, getting close to the Empire State Building as well, not too far away. Madison Square Garden down there. Looks like, what am I looking for? Ooh, Broadway. Yeah, you'll notice Broadway kind of makes this weird slash across New York, kind of like San Vicente out here in Los Angeles. Just makes this weird cut through the entire city. in Central Park, Rockefeller Center. You know, when I was a kid, one of my dreams was to rollerblade through New York and Central Park, and I got to make that happen. It was very, very cool, I have to say. Very, very cool. And I do love Central Park. Absolutely amazing. It's so big. It's hard to believe how large it is. They saved that much land. Oh, the Juilliard School. Yeah, I did not apply there. I did apply and got accepted to NYU, Tisch, but I did not go. It was too expensive. Let's see here, Central Park. Ooh, Bethesda Fountain, often mistaken for where they filmed the opening shot of Friends. Well, it turns out that fountain does not exist in New York City. It's actually a prop. Not a prop fountain, but it's an on-set in Burbank. So yeah, that set does not, that fountain does not exist in New York. Sorry, fans. Sorry, Friends fans. Manhattan Valley. Amsterdam, Columbus, Park West Village, Riverside Park, Columbia University, Morningside Campus. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Tragically, rarely one of the safe places to be. Central Harlem. There we go. Although I'm not sure how Harlem is these days. City College, certainly, back in the day, was much poorer, more urban. Not sure how it is now. Everything's changed. I've not been back to New York in a minute. I mean, gosh, was this my last trip to New York? Was it 2002? 2003? Man. Dickman. Or Dykeman, I guess. I don't know. Never been that far north of New York. Find addresses on numbered cross streets. Add 10. Add 8. Whoa. They expect me to do a lot of math. Subtract 30. Add 127. You crazy? Add 101. Divide house number by 10. What are they what kind of crazy map nonsense is this? Yeah, kids, back in the day, we had to do complex fractions and division if we wanted to read a map. We didn't just punch things into our GPS. You kids don't know how good you have it. You don't even know how good you have it. It's pretty amazing. Okay, map folding. Let's see if I can do it. Show us those map folding skills. Ooh. Oh, that looks wrong. That feels wrong. I think I messed it up. Oh, maybe. Wait. No. Wait. There. Oh, there she goes. Took me a second, but we got there in the end. That's right. First edition of that lovely map. Oh, and now we're beaming across the country to the granddaddy maps of them all. Good old Rand McNally, heading to Seattle, where I actually lived for 5 years, and I went to college at the University of Washington. Yeah, I actually have a lot of very fond, formative memories of spending time in Seattle. I was there from I was 19 when I moved there. I turned 20 like 2 weeks after I got there, and I left when I was 25, almost 26. So it was like almost 5 years to the day that I lived there. Living in the South. this is Alki Beach. Alki is a place that we used to go and watch the sunsets because it looks out over the Olympic mountain range. It's very, very pretty, and back toward the main part of Seattle. And the West Seattle Bridge. And up through Beacon Hill, which I didn't really ever spend much time in. Down in this area. Yeah, I never really spent much time down here. Kind of stayed north of the 90. And a lot of shipping and stuff. And yeah, the 90's funny. How if you're trying to get to the west, you can either take the 90 out through Mercer Island, or what was the other one you would take? The 510? Well, we'll get to it in a minute. Or the 520, maybe? So, central area, First Hill. To the left there is downtown. This area right over here is downtown. It's changed quite a bit. The Seattle Aquarium and Port of Seattle headquarters. Oh, that's funny. I remember a gal had invited me over to a booty call one day, and she was mad because it took me a long time to get there. Sorry. Very random sidebar story. Fremont and Wallingford, those are very cool parts of Seattle. Highly recommend. Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill's very fun. That's kind of like the artsy, the LGBT part of town. At least it was back when I was there. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'm sure it's still kind of that way. Yeah, but Capitol Hill, I used to spend, that's where we would go clubbing, basically. And, had a lot of fun nights up in Capitol Hill. Good times. Olive Way, Madison Street. Yeah, Seattle has a lot of kind of, it does have a grid, but it also has these kind of wandery, windy boulevards, like Washington Boulevard, which heads up toward the UW campus, which is that area. Yeah, that's the UW campus, which is also part of the Arboretum. Go UW, go Huskies. Which is why that campus is so gorgeous. It is literally like just a manicured park. Husky Stadium. Amazing view from Husky Stadium. Probably one of the best views in all of any stadium in America. I spent time in the theater department up there off of Stevens. Those first two buildings off of Stevens. And then I used to live on 16th Avenue. So where is that? So we have 17th, 16th. That's right there. That's 15th. Yeah, I used to live right up there, just south of 50th. Just outside of Greek Row. The Greek system there, yeah. So that area on the right there, University Village, I believe was the birthplace of the very first Starbucks. Yeah, a buddy of mine who used to work for Starbucks told me that. It's probably true. I don't know. Green Lake. Probably my favorite park in all of Seattle. Spent a lot of time there. Rollerblading, jogging, playing guitar, drums, didgeridoo, frisbee. Good times. Good times. Yeah, so that's right, the 99 Gas Works Park. Very cool place to have a picnic. It's basically like all of a sudden huge industrial pipes that have been, painted and cleaned up so they're not like rusty and dangerous. But it's a cool cool park. And as we head up toward Ballard, this is where we used to go climbing. Our rock climbing gym was right out here, near the Shilshole Bay area. And yeah, we used to, that's where I used to go indoor rock climbing very regularly. Shoreline, North City, Montlake Terrace. I lived in Montlake Terrace for a little bit in a nice apartment, but it was just too far north, you know. You really wanted to be in the action. That was before I went to college, and then I used to work up there in that northern town up there called Edmonds. I worked as a Toyota salesman for 8-9 months before I went to college. There we go. Let's see how we fill out this map. Oh, he's going through the first fold. Okay. Maybe. Is he gonna do it, folks? Oh, is that right? Doesn't quite feel right for it. Oh, that doesn't quite feel right. So he messed up. Folded it upside down. There we go. Now. That should tuck in. And that should tuck in. And that should tuck in right there. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane in the world of paper maps, which, they were a thing back in the day, before not too long